So you finally graduated from college, yay! And you got that magical piece of paper that you stick on the wall that costs you $20, $40, $60, $80, $100,000 of pocket change to achieve. Now people are gonna take you seriously, right? Well, there's more to it than that. You need experience. Okay, so here's my story. I got my degree in finance. Why did I get my degree in finance? It was for a very emotional, purposeful reason. Several years ago, I paid off $4,000 worth of debt in 6 weeks waiting tables. And something in me during those 6 weeks just snapped. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in charge of money. Money is not in charge of me. I could do this. Like, something in me just like fired off on the inside of me. Long story short, we became fascinated with money. I started reading all the books, Dave Ramsey, and a bunch of others, like Tony Robbins, like there were so many others that I read. And I was so thrilled to finally have a grasp on something. I felt like an adult. I don't know how to describe it, but like I finally felt like I was in charge and in control of my life to a certain degree. And I was like, I need to go back and finish up my bachelor's. I had my associates. I'm gonna go finish up my bachelor's in finance. And I loved learning about it, okay? I absolutely love it. I do not regret having my degree in finance. However, as I approached graduation and I started putting my resume out into all the interwebs in cyberspace, trying to get a job in finance, there was this little on the inside of me. And I was like, I don't know if I want to work in finance, but no. I got my degree in finance. I have to get my job in finance. I spent all this money to get a degree in finance. I got to go do this. But inside I just felt this, I don't know if I want this or not. So I started looking at all the different types of finance jobs and I was like, I don't know if I want to do this or not. Another reason why I clung to the idea of working in finance for so long is because I finally felt like I was perceived as smart. Because up until then, nobody really took me seriously. All of a sudden I have my degree, and that right there, people take you more seriously if you have a degree. It's sad but true. I have a degree and it's in finance. So the perception was all, oh, numbers, you're a smart girl. Thank you, that's flattering, but you didn't see me behind the scenes breaking down when I had to take a calculus class or a calculus test. You didn't see me breaking down when I was trying to figure out the mathematical formula for the derivatives. Like, you did not see that part. And a lot of times these professors, let's just say we all have great professors, but we have some professors that are a little aloof and they don't want to deal with you. So they're not going to help you. So you go run to your friends who understand finance and math a little bit better and you're like, help me. You didn't see that all of my struggles. In fact, I was with my husband, who was my fiance at the time. He was like, he would roll his eyes every time I would cry almost during finals going, I'm not gonna make it. And he'd be like, oh God, yes, you say this every semester and every semester you pass. So that became a repeated pattern, but you didn't see all the struggle I went through to be perceived as smart. I actually like math now because of my finance degree, but I am not, the struggle was real, okay? So here I am, pounding the pavement, trying to get a job in finance, and I was like, well, I'm open to other things too, sales, insurance, all this other stuff. And inside of me, I feel like my soul is dying. And I don't understand because I love learning about finance. There's something in me that just is not lining up. There's something in me that's just, there's something wrong with this. So after graduation, I tried several jobs. One of them was going door to door trying to sell life insurance. I'll have another video about that later on if you want to hear my stories of me knocking on doors in neighborhoods trying to sell life insurance. That lasted 3 weeks. It was pretty bad. But then I also took another job just doing data entry for a company, and it was enough to pay the bills, and I was preparing to get married. So that was I just needed a job so I could, take on that event in my life, and I did. I had a good marriage ceremony. We eloped, and it was a very sweet, wonderful, event in my life that I wanted to accomplish, and so that cost money. So I was happy and content working at this data entry job, thinking, well, nobody wants me in finance. I might as well just, climb up the ladder in this tech company. And then I get laid off. 2 weeks after I get married, I get laid off. And I just spiraled, and I'm like, God, what's wrong with me? I was showing up. I was being productive. I was showing them that I could do what they had asked me to do. And lo and behold, the project canceled and they were done. And that was of no fault of my own. And I was like, what is wrong with me? And my husband, who is so sweet, he was like, because he's a manager, he was like, Destiny, you don't know what you want. And that's why managers have a hard time with your resume. And I'm like, you're right. I don't know what I want. You think? You're right. I don't know what I want to do with my life. I keep pushing for finance because finance actually fixed a lot of emotional issues in me that I had had for years, because I wanted to be perceived as smart and intelligent. And I was like, well, I better continue on in this vein of being in finance because I want to be seen as someone that can be taken seriously. Because I had made a vision board right after we got married. I made a vision board of what I wanted to do career-wise, what I wanted to, and it was vague. It's a vague thing that I wanted. I wanted to connect resources, and I wanted to help people, find what they needed, what they were looking for. I didn't know what that meant. I was just like, I just want to help people figure out the next step in life. My husband was like, go back to your vision board and figure out what you want. And then I finally admitted it. I want to connect resources for a living. I don't necessarily want to crunch numbers all day long. I guess I can try recruiting for finance or recruiting for another vertical. Why not? Like, that's helping people find a job. Why not? And at the data entry company that I was at, I did recruit several people and I did place several people, and they were very great. It was a referral program that they had. So there was an element to that data entry job that I really, really liked. And that was the part that made me shine and go, I really like doing this. Let me connect resources. So long story short, 6 weeks later, I became a recruiter. And I feel like I found my mission in life, which is to help other people find jobs and to help other people get on, make the next move in their life that career-wise, that they need. And there was a lot of deconstructing that happened in those 6 weeks while I was searching for a recruiting job, because I was also pursuing finance half-heartedly too, to think, well, let me see if I can be in finance. Why not? Every time I went to a finance interview, which I had, I think, 2 or 3 more in that time period, my soul went, oh, this doesn't feel right. I'll never forget the day that I finally got an interview for the job in finance that I thought I wanted. And I remember being there. I was at this interview and I'm like, okay, I have a shot at this. This is the position that my friends and other people had been talking to me about. If you want to be in finance doing XYZ, this is the one to be in. I finally got the interview for that position at a really big bank. And I don't know how to describe it. The office was beautiful. It overlooked downtown. It was so pristine. And I couldn't jive with it. And here I am for a year trying to get an interview like this. I finally get the interview and I'm like, I don't want this. I really don't want this. And I don't think he wanted me either, the financial manager. I don't think he really wanted me either, which I was fine with, and it was too far of a drive, but I finally got to see it. So my whole point in this, guys, is there are some things that we think we want in a job, but deep down, we know that there's something not aligned. And you like the idea of a job for a certain appeal or a certain element that it has to it. There are certain elements and aspects to a profession that you think are good that you may very well be interested in, but deep down, do you want to be there? So that's what I do on this channel. We talk about and we break down what do we really want so that we can go forward in our lives and pursue the career that we want. Let's get a conversation going about this. And if you want to check out my services, I'll also link that in the description below. This is Destiny with Engineer the Career. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Check out this video up here. If you like my content, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in another video. Thank you.